Okay. Hello, thank you. My name is Serum Ndayijimana. I'm here to talk about the project called What is Your Function? So starting from the overview of the project, the first slide is comprised of the definition of what is management. The second slides are all about description of the five major functions of management. The third, I will be talking about the description of the three styles, the three management styles, and then I will conclude by talking about the strengths and weaknesses that are associated with the three styles that will be talking above. Okay, so starting from the first, um, the management is the act of engaging with an organization's human talent and its resources to accomplish any desired goals and aims. It's like the administration. It's the administration of either people or either resources. That is the management. So the description of the five major functions of the management, there are five. The first, you have planning, organizing, staffing, leading, and finally we have controlling. Starting from the first, we have the planning. The planning is like the major function of the management, because here the leader needs to plan what needs to happen, either today, either tomorrow, either in the next month, either in the 5 months ago, depending on how he or she wants to enhance the development of the company. So an example, a good leader needs to have like the task that he or she needs to accomplish in a typical day. You can't come from home and then say that you are going to plan what will be achieved. No, we must have the plan to follow. You have the weekly plan, you have the daily plan, and so on. So the second, it's organizing. So a good leader or a good well-organized company, the leader needs to enhance like the relationship among workers. You need to have the organization of everything, neither workers, but only the resources. You need to have well-organized workers with good relationship. Without good relationship, that means the worker can't achieve or perform their assigned task. The good leaders needs to know the resources, needs to know what is needed, what are required in order to accomplish the future plan of the organization. So an example, in the process of implementing like the planned goal. For example, a company needs to increase the sales at the range of 50%. The leader will need to organize the operations to support this plan. He needs to know which task will be assigned to the department of managers, either to the office, till to the lowest worker levels where the leader cannot reach. He or she needs to have that kind of organization. So moving forward to the third slide, we have staffing. The leader should reveal what is the weakness or the strength of the organization. He needs to know the kind of job that should be performed. Either he needs to recruit new workers, he needs to fire out the existing workers, or he needs to know that there is like the trainings. You need to know if the workers need training in order to perform any given task, so the company can be successful. If the company needs to adjust its current system of working, he needs to know that workers also needs to have training in order to achieve their goals. So moving forward to the fourth slide, we have leading. Managers at all levels need leadership skills. They must be skilled. You can't manage an organization if you are unskilled. So that's why the managers need to determine what needs to be done in a situation and getting people to do it. This helps to meet like the deadlines of the workers. You need to know which task I will assign to this person according to the department they are working on. So, for example, many companies now are facing losses because of this COVID-19 pandemic disease. So the good leaders will know how the strategic plan they will use in order to cover all these losses and minimize all the losses to the lower rate in order to enhance the development of the company. So finally, we have controlling as the major function of the management. So controlling, a good leader needs to rely on the current outcomes and make some adjustments so the company can achieve the planned goals effectively. For instance, though the country of Rwanda has the president cannot know what is happening now in a certain village there in the rural area. Like the decentralization, it is the way of controlling easily the country. So decentralization is the good way of controlling, more effective as long as each department cooperate with the others. So moving forward to the three management styles, we have the directing. It is the style that consists learning and follow the direction. It's directing. We direct people what to do, what they need to accomplish. But also we have discussing. Discussing, it's a new way where we implement the decision is relying to the workers, to the wish of workers. So finally we have delegating. Delegating is like assigning tasks independently. You may leave the task to someone or a group of people and then you assign them without any intervention of you. There is no supervision. You will let them working without the pressure of you. Okay, so let's move to the strengths and weaknesses that may be associated to the three styles. We have directing. So directing, it can help. It's like the strength. It helps the leader to accomplish the task in a few minutes. So it helps like time management. You divide task into chunks and then you give everyone the task to accomplish. But also it might lead to the poor outcomes because every worker will have like the deadline and then they will work on that deadline. That may lead them to poor outcome. They will work on time. So we have discussing. So this style enhances collaboration. You will be collaborating with workers. You will take decision relying to their wishes. But also this style may result into some weaknesses. Though this style requires discussion, sometimes the leader needs to take like urgent decisions that where he or she will not need like the involvement of workers. If that, he or she will spend more time discussing about it and then the deadline of that urgent action will not be good. So delegating, so the strength that may result into the delegating, this can enhance the production and quality of the output because it will enhance cooperation and good relationship among workers. Also, every employee will know the task to accomplish, will have the assigned task to work on independently. So like the weakness that may result from the delegating, this may encourage like the laziness. If you are working in cooperation, everyone knows sometimes you tend to think that the task that you should be accomplishing can be achieved by someone else because you are in the same group. Okay, thank you. This was the presentation of this project. Thank you.